What if the toughest battle in Chuck Norris' life had nothing to do with martial arts? What if the man famous for defeating opponents on screen was forced to fight a battle he could not punch, kick, or train his way out of? And what if the person who revealed this side of Chuck Norris was the woman who knew him better than anyone else? For decades, millions of people saw Chuck Norris as unstoppable. A martial arts champion, a Hollywood action star, a living legend whose name became part of internet culture. But behind the fame, behind the movies, and behind the jokes, there was a private story that very few people knew. A story that Gena O'Kelly eventually helped bring into the light. And it revealed a side of Chuck Norris that surprised almost everyone. Before she became Mrs. Chuck Norris, Gena O'Kelly lived a much quieter life. She worked as a model and stayed largely outside the spotlight. Unlike many celebrity relationships that begin in front of cameras, her connection with Chuck developed away from the headlines. When the two met, Chuck Norris was already one of the most recognizable action stars in the world. He had built an incredible career. He was respected in martial arts. He had starred in hit movies. His television series Walker, Texas Ranger had made him a household name. To the public, he appeared larger than life. But Gena would soon discover something few fans ever saw. Behind the fame was a man who valued family more than celebrity. The two married in 1998. Many people expected the relationship to be just another Hollywood marriage. But year after year, they remained together. As the cameras moved on to newer stars, Chuck and Gena focused on building a life away from constant attention. Everything seemed stable. Everything seemed peaceful. Then something happened that would change both of their lives forever. Years after their marriage, Gena began experiencing serious health problems. What started as a medical procedure turned into a nightmare she never expected. According to Gena, her health dramatically declined after undergoing MRI scans that involved contrast agents. She later claimed that the substances used during the procedure caused severe complications. Suddenly, everyday life became a struggle. Simple tasks became difficult. Her health concerns grew more serious. Doctors, treatments, and uncertainty became part of daily life. For many families, a crisis like this can create distance. But in the Norris household, something different happened. Chuck Norris stepped away from much of his public career. Fans noticed he was appearing less often. Movie projects slowed down. Public appearances became rarer. Many people wondered why. The answer was far more personal than anyone imagined. According to Chuck, his priority became caring for Gena. The action hero who once spent years entertaining audiences around the world was now focused on helping his wife through one of the hardest periods of her life. And that is where Gena's story revealed something unexpected. She described a side of Chuck Norris that fans rarely saw. Not the fighter, not the celebrity, not the martial arts champion, but the husband, the caregiver, the man willing to put everything else aside for someone he loved. For decades, Hollywood had portrayed Chuck Norris as nearly invincible. But Gena's experiences showed that real strength looks very different. Real strength is staying beside someone during uncertainty. Real strength is choosing family when fame is calling. Real strength is sacrificing your own plans to help another person heal. As the years passed, the couple became increasingly open about their challenges. Their story reached people who had never followed martial arts or action movies. Many were moved by the loyalty they saw between them. Others were surprised to learn how much Chuck's life had changed behind the scenes. The public image and the private reality were not the same. And perhaps that was the biggest revelation of all. Most fans knew Chuck Norris as a symbol of toughness. But Gena revealed that his greatest test was not defeating opponents. It was standing strong when someone he loved needed him most. The couple later became involved in legal battles related to Gena's health claims. The process was long. The attention was intense. But they continued moving forward together. For many observers, this chapter of their lives showed a different kind of courage. Not the courage found in action movies. The courage found in real life. The kind that has no script, no stunt doubles, and no guaranteed happy ending. Through it all, Gena remained determined. Her health struggles had changed her life, but they did not define her. Instead, she became known for her perseverance, for her willingness to keep fighting, and for sharing experiences that many people facing health challenges could relate to. Meanwhile, Chuck Norris continued supporting her. The couple's relationship became one of the most enduring partnerships in celebrity culture. In an industry where relationships often disappear quickly, theirs survived difficult tests. That fact alone surprised many people, because sometimes the strongest stories are not the ones that appear on movie screens. Sometimes they happen behind closed doors, far away from cameras, far away from applause, and far away from fame. Today, millions still remember Chuck Norris for his martial arts achievements and Hollywood career. Those accomplishments are undeniable. But Gena's story added another chapter to his legacy. A chapter that many fans never expected to hear. A chapter about loyalty, sacrifice, and commitment. The revelation was not a shocking scandal. It was not a hidden crime. It was not a secret rivalry. It was something much simpler, and perhaps much more powerful. It was the revelation that behind one of the world's toughest men was a devoted husband who chose family over fame. In the end, that may be more impressive than anything he ever did on screen. Because movie heroes fight battles that last 2 hours. Real people fight battles that last years. And sometimes those battles happen quietly, without headlines, without trophies, without recognition. Gena Kelly's story reminds us that strength is not always about power. It is not always about winning. And it is not always about being fearless. Sometimes strength means refusing to walk away when life becomes difficult. Sometimes it means standing beside someone through pain, uncertainty, and hardship. And sometimes the greatest victory is simply staying together when everything else is falling apart. That is the side of Chuck Norris that many people never saw. And that is the truth Gena helped reveal to the world. A truth not about fame, not about martial arts, not about Hollywood, but about loyalty, resilience, and the power of standing by the people you love. And that may be the most important legacy of all.